You guys good?
Good.
You know the funny thing about Charlie is I know now that when he says, "Are you guys good?" I don't even have to look at the recording. I know it's recording.
I don't do the intros with the MSF podcast. Or maybe I should.
You do intros to MSF podcast.
Do I?
Yeah, it's the same thing every time. It's me trying to make me look like a fool.
That's the normal podcast. It's just everyone's got to learn how much of a fool we make of each other.
Of each other? You mean me?
Exactly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast with the Marvel Strike Force Insider Edition of our podcast. Hey, third time's a charm for the intro.
It was bringing it into like a film reel thing, and then he was like, "Oh, I got this."
Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm behind the camera and not in front of the camera. What's up? I am your host, Charlie, aka Vash, joined as always by my buddy Dominic, aka Ashy Pastrami, and new to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast is full-time member ChefCrondo. What's up, ChefCrondo? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. Full-time.
You guys can't see it, but I'm flashing the OG gang sign right now.
If that means by like stroking your beard, then yes.
OG. OG.
Is that G-O?
G-O.
And you gotta cross it.
And joining us this week is SenRaven from the Twitch community. You can find SenRaven streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/SenRaven. How's it going, man?
What's going on, guys?
Thanks for joining us.
Sunny West Coast. Where are you from on the West Coast?
I'm like half an hour south of San Francisco.
Oh, chill.
Which means I'm half an hour north of Casino.
Oh, gotcha.
Why did I think you were like in Europe somewhere?
I have no idea.
That was a accent.
I guess.
Yeah, so. I definitely do.
Full Metal. Our brother again across the pond. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining us this episode to talk all the gripes about what's happened in the past 2 weeks.
Gripes. Well, we're talking about
3 weeks actually, because technically we were supposed to have one last week, but didn't because of the new year and blah blah blah. Whatever. It's, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Charlie, why would there be gripes in this one?
I don't know. Maybe because there's a new character that's being released today.
I don't know anything about it.
In a couple of hours. Just because you don't know anything about it doesn't mean it's not pertinent.
I won't know anything about it.
Exactly.
In fact, a lot of people won't know anything about it.
I think it's safe to say that 5% of this game, if that, will know what it's like to experience that.
Well,
probably more like 1.
I'm happy to be in the 1%er then. I'm happy with that.
Is there like do we have a sound that sounds like a whale or a dolphin that we could just like cue up?
That was terrible. I'm editing that out. Anyway, SenRaven, give us a little bit of backstory about how who you are, how you came to be a part of the MSF community, started streaming, all that fun stuff.
So I'm part of the FTH Beyond cluster, and what they did was they played back when Marvel Avengers Alliance was running. They started up their podcast and their community. After that game died, they kind of hung around for a little while, and developers from that game, some of them came over to do Marvel Strike Force and messaged them, let them know, and they started up the FTH Beyond community for this one. Started up a podcast, started up a cluster, and I kind of fell back in with the old crew. And I'm a lead at one of the alliances. And while 3 of the members do the podcast, one fell off. They got me wanting to stream, so that's how I got into it, and just been doing it for about 6-7 months now, and having a lot of fun with it.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about your alliance. You guys doing U7? You guys, how are you doing?
Mine is we're doing 3 times a week. We're doing U7, sometimes 4. 30% on U7, 60% on Greeks.
Yeah.
Fairly standard stuff. Sitting right in the middle of Silver 4 for War. Kind of a little back and forth. I'll just a little bit of back and forth.
We just hit Gold 1.
Nice.
So cool. Yeah.
I don't want to be there. Like, we got close to it, and I don't want to be in Gold 1. I don't want to be anywhere near Gold.
For Silver 4, man, because let me tell you that's like easy pickings for me.
Oh, man. We pulled a Pants of Hulk matchup couple of
we did too.
In the middle of the week, and I was not happy.
Yes, dude.
I felt the same, that I didn't want to be in Gold, and then when we hit Gold, I was like, whoa.
Charlie's over there laughing. Cool. He's like, yeah, you guys don't even know.
Yeah, no, I understand.
No idea.
I understand, but I don't want to be there. No, our lines, the spread is like 4.6 million down to 2.1 million. And we're getting a lot of people right now. We had like 3 people yesterday finally finish up their Ultron to 7 stars. So people working their roster up, which is nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, it's good to have you finally on the podcast. I know you've stopped by our streams quite a bit to say hi, and we've tried to share the love a little bit in the Twitch community because
thank you for the raid yesterday.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. It's like I know that Reddit, it can be quite a bit of a crapshoot.
Oh my god, that was the word that.
Great, love it. But I feel like the streaming community is pretty awesome, and everyone is very everyone tries to help out each other, and I feel like we all kind of know each other now at this point, which is kind of crazy. I mean, this is how Chef came about. So we had people. He used a streamer and we had him on, and now he just seems to jive well for us. And now he's going to steal all of our accounts. It'd be great.
Yep. Oh my god, this is brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about the 3-week recap. Although I'm probably going to miss a couple things because I didn't write all of it down because I've been drinking eggnog for essentially 2 weeks straight, and that's great. So what we had, real quick, the Orb Milestone event happened in which people could open all their orbs that they were hoarding. Which I don't know if you guys hoarded any orbs, but I did not.
No, so I did not.
Didn't know it was coming. I wish we had a little bit of a heads up. It'd be nice, like, hey, FYI, there's an orb milestone coming in like a month. Maybe you should.
If they give you a heads up, then you're not going to buy all the orbs you need to open up.
I still didn't buy.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, you didn't, but that's what they're banking on.
There are people that did. Like, actually, I'd love to see the breakdown of the statistic of people that were like at the last minute, like, oh shit, I gotta buy orbs so I can get this other stuff that I could have bought instead.
You could have bought instead, yeah. But it's quite frankly, it's kind of a smart business plan.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's an impulsive buy, and that's I feel like is the most.
And some of those rewards were pretty good. I mean,
they were solid. Yeah,
I got I didn't get any of the tier 14 mats, unfortunately, mini uniques, but I was able to get the 5 red star Namor, which is great. So I essentially, that was my goal, and I just essentially farmed the shit out of everything I could. I had some arena credits saved up, so I unfortunately opened some Kingpin orbs and got all Kingpin shards, which is great, but whatever.
Well, you usually hoard premium and red star anyway, right? Did you just go crazy on those when that came around?
Not the red star, because I was saving them for Blackbolt, which I won't talk about because I had a terrible pull for Blackbolt. That was
Blackbolt the fish. That's out.
Yeah, well, Blackbolt comes out today, but yesterday I started the 10% increase chance for Blackbolt, which is a 0% increase for me.
Yeah, wait, you mean you didn't want all those night nurses that you got?
Real quick on the recap, since if you didn't see the stream, I'm gonna save the video and upload it to YouTube on our Overachievers Gaming Podcast YouTube account, which if you look down in the comments below, you'll be able to see where we host this and a bunch of other stuff. But I pulled 4. I had 30 red star orbs saved up. I had 7 elite 4s saved up, and I had 2 elite 5s saved up. So it's a pretty good chance. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Yeah.
Out of that, I got 1 1-star Blackbolt, and then I also got 2 4 red star night nurses back to back, and then with the elite 5s, I got 2 elite 5 pulls of Miles.
Back to back.
Wait, back to back?
Feels
back
bad.
to back.
What's even the statistic? Like the statistics behind
I don't know.
Low, very low.
But to have Night Nurse be the elite 4s twice, and then Miles be the pull twice, it's just can there just be some sort of algorithm that says, hey, if you pull this character, like lower the chance for the next one?
They could do that, yes.
But that's probably not going to happen anyway. The Orbs Milestone event was great just to get everybody to get their orbs, used up essentially. And then we had the single day of orb blitzes, which I thought was awesome. So we had a day of gold orbs, a day of premium orbs, a day of orange raid orbs for gear and whatnot. So that went towards the Orb Milestone event, which I thought was an interesting way of doing that. And I like the fact that the top was just 1% to 2%. That's what the top reward was. You didn't have to go crazy with it, which I thought was a welcome change for somebody who despises blitz like myself.
But yeah, true.
And then and then we had I don't remember who was in the. I think we had Sif come around when our last episode we were talking about, and then we had Sif round 2, our usual red star orbs of premium and red stars. Graviton was this past week, which I actually was looking forward to, and I missed top 2K by 80 positions.
Oh, ouch!
Dude, you have the worst luck.
I had the worst luck, but I wasn't trying too hard with it. For me personally, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna auto the whole time, not gonna really push, because it's funny is like when I'm off of work and whatever, I don't really check my phone or play this game on my phone unless I'm streaming. So
yeah,
I didn't really go too hard. I did 10 million without trying, which is not bad. I'll do that, but I missed it by 150K.
Honestly, it's a lot of work for me to get above. Well, I usually sit at 1.5, and that's like that's the max I'll do, just because I really do not enjoy it. I really don't enjoy blitzing.
Right, but you have a fairly newer account, right?
Oh, but if I wanted to put, yeah, I do. But I have the teams to push if I wanted to.
Right. Well, what's your total power right now?
Like 2.5.
2.5. So you should be hitting with 2.5. You should be hitting 4 million, roughly 4 million, fairly easily.
Yeah. If I had the patience.
If you have the time to do it.
No,
and the inclination.
I probably could. Time wise, it's every 2 hours just a quick blow that out. I can't. Oh my god, it's so unfun. It's the only thing I feel about this game, outside, not the only negative thing I feel, but the only thing I feel about the game that is genuinely unfun is blitzing.
What if, let's say for instance, okay, do you notice that the blitzes where you have an opportunity to gain orbs for that respective blitz, I find that those are always more, I don't want to say enjoyable, but in a sense you don't feel as robotic with oh, you're doing a blitz match, you're winning, you get 5 blitz tickets and a couple of
I think 10 or something like that.
Yeah, it's so scummy. But then there's that. There are a few blitzes they've done in the past where you have a chance to get anywhere from 50 to 2,000 orbs of
orb shards or something.
Yeah, some kind of event orb or something. Those, in my opinion, are some of the better ones. And I wish they kind of left that as a permanent thing. The
only blitzes I care about are Sunday evenings when it switches over to Red Star and Premium. That's it.
That's
for me.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if it's a new character, I'm not going to bother, because people are doing that shit up until 50 mil or whatever. If it's a character that is irrelevant, I obviously don't care, because the character is worthless, and why would I spend my time on that? But it's easy to do the red and premium because they're so low of ceilings, right?
Yeah.
The ceiling cap is so low on it for me to actually just get it and then be done. Honestly, I don't have to go any more into it. But definitely for new characters, there's no point. There's no point for me to even get. I always hit my max milestones, and then realistically, I'll do it just for the daily or whatever,
Milestone and chill.
Milestone and chill. That's the
me too well
right there.
Yeah, you know me too well. That's
living that life.
Good title you just got there, Charlie. For the
Milestone and chill. All right, I'll write that down before I forget. SenRaven, how are things for you with regards to blitzing? I know last I saw on your stream you're hitting for 14 mil with Graviton, I think, right? So is what you were going for?
Yeah, I was aiming for 12 with him. I wound up with 11 and a half, so I still managed to I think I placed 1,200 or something. I don't remember.
Damn.
Well, the account's at 4.6 million. So if I work delivery, I'm in the car 8-9 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So I can just, between orders, I can just set the phone and tap away and let it auto run.
Sure. Yeah.
And the most I've done for the second Sinister Blitz, I did 24 million. And that actually took a lot of work to the point that the first one I missed top 100 by very little. The second one I just barely made top 100. The amount of work that it takes to get in there is not worth the extra shards.
It's not.
The amount of time that you spent doing that,
Yeah.
if you did a couple extra deliveries, you could just buy the shards, right? Or I don't know how your job works, but in my opinion, it's the cost versus the amount of time you got to sink into something. Because I feel like everybody that plays this game for the most part are adults, or if you're even at that level of play, we all have careers, we make money. I feel like I don't know.
It's time investment versus do I want to spend the money on it or do both? If I'm willing to do both, I'll do both.
100%.
Nothing wrong with that, man. So let me ask you this: how many teams do you have canned ready to auto through like 8.3 or whatever what's your like specific blitz strategy for that?
I have I'm running there's 20 teams safe, 2 of them are arena teams, so 18, so 15 teams that are full on runs, and like 10 of them will win an 8-3.
Okay.
The other ones are usually there for like resetting and stuff, and it could be better. I need to rework it a little bit and make it a little
That's still
better.
Impressive though, man. I don't think that I have 5 teams that could auto 3.3, and I'm at like 4.2 million. So
I'm pretty sure you could have those teams.
Probably. I'm just
do you want to? Do you really want to? Cool, awesome. Well then, I really I wish Blitz was a little bit more fun to play. Like, I wish there was just like a better way to do it. Maybe if we had a 4x speed, it would go a little bit faster.
Right.
Like, on my
turning off animations would do the trick for me.
Yes, or something. Yeah, because they had that. They had the combat mode, the low graphics combat mode, which kind of sort of did that, and then they took that away, which kind of ruined it.
Is it actually gone? They took that out, didn't they?
Well, no. The low graphics mode is there, but it still includes all the animation, so it just lowers the quality of the textures. As opposed
it also for at least for me and a few other people have said this as well. It causes the game to freeze up in certain spots.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. So then we just had the Doctor Strange Blitz, which was recent. I don't actually have him full. Actually, I think I might have gotten him finally to 7 stars, but my Supernatural team is not good whatsoever. How do you guys do with that? You happy about the Doctor Strange Blitz? You guys already had him at 7 stars.
I had him at 7 stars, but I do really like the Supernatural team. Mine's at 226K.
I love Supernatural.
It claps, man. Like, I think I clipped a what did I use yesterday? I used it against so my team's 226K, and in War I used it against a 215K Coulson squad, and I demolished it.
Yeah.
Absolutely demolished it.
I mean, I was really give it a 5-star. That's my good.
Yeah, I got really lucky with the I don't know if it was Elsa or Ghost Rider, but I got really lucky with one of those events, and I ended up with a 5-star version of it. So and they both do some major damage. The only thing about that team that kind of bothers me is the fact that a lot of other teams are going to be faster than the Supernatural team. So you always end up with like a dead Scarlet Witch or Mordo at the beginning of the fight. At least that's what I've experienced.
Yeah.
Which kind of speaks to how badass the team is that even though I lost Scarlet Witch on the first round, I still destroyed that team.
Yeah, you're going to get it back.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool though.
Yeah. Sen, how about yourself? How'd you do that? Did you push for it, or did you just kind of milestone chill?
I did the milestones. I did the milestones just because it was just enough for me to finish them up to 7 star, and so there was no reason for me to go higher.
I feel like that's a lot with these kind of characters that are coming back around for most of us. I know Dom, you're still somewhat new, so it's good to have that. And then we have Falcon coming out as this podcast is out. It'll be the new Blitz character, which I was happy about, but I already have Falcon at 7 star.
7 star, isn't he? Is he 7 red for you?
He's 6 red for me.
6 red.
6 red. Wow.
I'm sure that makes your U17 very happy.
Yeah, he's my highest character that I have in my entire roster. So he's at 88K. 88K. Yeah. I'm gonna max out all his abilities, but I've been waiting for Blackbolt to come out so that way I can get his passive and his basic, I think, out the gate. So
yeah, true.
But so that would be the recap for that. And then actually real quick is the raids, the Greek raids have switched over. We went from the Gamma raid now to the Alpha raid, and then U7 is obviously still there.
Hey, but did you notice that this Alpha raid, they actually changed up some of the boss nodes, and I like it personally.
Yes. So now, actually, specifically, if you run the city lane, which I do too, the BP nodes are no longer BP nodes; they're now villain nodes.
I'm so happy about it.
It's not as hard, but at least I can almost one shot the last Graviton boss before the global.
Oh shit! Are you talking about like the very like?
Yeah, I can almost one shot it. I time out on it, which is unfortunate. But with the whole like fiasco of yesterday's Red Star pulls, I've actually pulled a 5 Red Star Ms. Marvel, so I'm actually happy about that. So now that'll help me with that team. So now I have to work on her a tiny bit more. She's almost there. She's tier 12 but level 67, so
that's a nice addition to the team.
Yeah.
Sen, what's your best Red Stars? I don't even think I know like anything about your account.
Do you really want to know? Do you want to know?
I want to know your do you have any 7 or 6 Red Stars?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Are
you smirking because like you're about to unleash like something that's going to make me sad? Or
kinda, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure Vash knows because he's seen it.
Let's hear it.
So there's a 7 Red Star rocket, which is freaking awesome. He just destroys U6. He doesn't do as well in U7, but he was a huge help for Dark Dimension. There's a 7 Red Star Thor, which was sitting around forever waiting for the rework.
Now it matters.
Now it matters, and I'm very happy with this rework. I am so pleased with this rework. That team is pretty solid since there's a 5 Red Star Loki in that team, but really there's also a 7 Red Star Hela, which is technically a 6 Red Star. It's technically a 6 Red Star because I can't get her to 7 yet, but you know,
Charlie,
it's there.
Are you able to kick people out of the SquadCast? Can you end his
Goodbye.
Can I ask a favor? Can you open my Red Stars from now on? Because holy shit, dude! Like
I didn't know about the 7 Red Star Hela. I forgot
about
that one.
How sick is your Asgardian team on defense right now?
It's a 2-shot team. If you know what you're doing, it's a 2-shot team, so it doesn't matter. Like the first war I put him in, they got a bunch of wins, and they really have not been doing as much afterwards. Like my room got taken out. I moved to Armory. I got 6 defensive victories, and I got cleared. So.
Are they supposed to be on defense specifically?
Yes, they're better for defense, but if they're going to keep getting me only 2 wins, I'm going to take them off.
I was going to say, because that's a pretty strong offense team too, dude.
Yeah.
That Asgardian team will actually take out a Coulson team, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was going to say, no, for sure. I think
like a good punch up off.
I don't know about a good punch up, but I've only tested it in Blitz, but I did a punch up in Blitz, like 150k punch up in Blitz, and my team is like 240 right now. I was able to take out a 315 team, no problem. Like not even close.
Yeah,
like,
I know that because the passives are specifically defense, right? Yeah. I still think, man, that's strong, dude. Dude, that 7 Red Star Hela, oh my god, that AOE
it's a
hit.
6. Yeah, but she's yeah, because I can't get her to 7 yet. But her damage is crazy.
I have a question because I kind of took some time off from wars and stuff like that, so I'm kind of like getting reacclimated with these newer teams that are in the game. And when you say that the Asgardian team is a 2-shot team, can you elaborate on that for me?
So the first team would come in and get them to burn out their ultimates and stuff like that because the AI is stupid and it will usually go for the ultimate, and the second team will come in and destroy them. Sure. And really, if you're bringing in stuff like blinds or stuns, you can basically clear them out.
So are you saying you could actually throw like a trash team at them to get them to?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can throw in a trash team and have the AI do everything, and then bring in a big hitter and clear out with a big hitter.
That's actually
which you can do for a lot of different teams. You don't have to try and take them out in one shot. You want to because you don't want to use that extra war energy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in that ballpark right there because like we don't have a ton of heavy hitters in our alliance anymore. I am one of them, so I can't really afford to be doing that. But knowing that, I have people I can tell to go sack their teams at that, and that's actually some really useful information.
Yeah, so
I appreciate it.
If you do that, so the trick with that is, so say you have like, a 50k punch it with an F4. Say you're facing your Fantastic Four are 250k, and you're facing a 300k as Guardian team. Send in like a 150k hand team or something like that for them to waste their ults and get going, so that they use their buffs like Sif uses her taunt and everything like that. And then you can come in and just destroy with your Fantastic Four if that's what you're trying to do.
Yep.
So
nice,
definitely the way to go. And we're seeing more and more people learn how the Asgardians work, which I'm curious to see how Blackbolt does on Monday. I'm actually going to be able to get him to, I think, tier 13 out the gate, because I was saving a lot of stuff. So I'm going to throw him on defense for the first war on Monday and see how he does. So because I have a feeling that people don't know how to combat him just yet, but nobody's new, and I feel like. Well, I feel like with new characters, nobody knows how to use them, so they're always better on defense.
Do you
at least
think
for a week.
He's going to be the Ultron killer that everybody's kind of hyping him up to be?
He's designed for it.
I don't think he's going to be completely honest, because I think, because if you tier 14 Ultron, his resistance goes through the fucking roof, and Blackbolt doesn't have a ton of focus.
Sure.
If I remember correctly, I don't have the game up in front of me for his stats,
so
but
it's definitely it's like probably the most viable option, but not definitively a like Hulk killer, or like in a comic term. Sorry, but like Ultron killer, I guess.
Correct. Yeah. So I think that it'll be hard, but I think that Ultron. I don't think it's necessarily an Ultron killer, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It's just, I think with the lower focus of Blackbolt, as well as the a higher resistance just from a tier 14 Ultron, I think you'll still be fine. I don't think it's going to be as a bigger problem, because he can resist the disrupt. It's not a guaranteed hit. So,
sure.
Unless I'm wrong.
That's fair. No, I know. I think that's a very fair assessment. And I think that's a smart way to look at it. And like the funny thing about, as much as I do, as much as I love the game, it's so funny whenever a character comes out and the hype around the character is like, oh my God. Like obviously with Sinister, right? Yeah, exactly. Sometimes the hype is real, like, Phoenix and stuff, but like, man, like I just don't want people to be disappointed as they were after Sinister was like, he's had his like rounds, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also that Marauders team is also a secondary thing where you can throw two teams at it. It's a big team, like a 400k. We faced a 450k Marauders team.
Oh my
God, ridiculous.
Gross.
So that had to be a two-shot team, which we don't like to do that, but that's unfortunately
you gotta, yeah, right.
That's what it is. So
yeah.
So I pulled him up on MSF.gg, and just looking at the stats table, he's got the highest health, the highest damage.
Mm-hmm.
His armor is mediocre at 7,900. Sif's armor is like 12.7, and
holy moly,
aim infector actually has like 13.3, and ridiculous.
Weird.
His focus, and this is for level 75, gear tier 13, level 4 passive. His focus is 7,868.
So the pack is pretty good, but not like, it's not going to be like it's not going to a 10,000% additional focus for the attack or something like that, or is it? I don't remember off the top.
Right. No, it's not.
So like,
but it is specifically. I mean, he's specifically designed to screw up tech villains.
Yeah, 100%. But like, at least his passive doesn't give him additional focus. So that way, it's not going to always land.
Just 100% extra damage to villain tech enemies.
Yeah, so there is a good chance that it could be. I'm curious, while we're talking about this, if you could look up Ultron at tier 14 and 75 and see what his resistance would be. I feel like it's not going to be as bad as people think, to be completely honest. But
they haven't updated. So this only maxes out at 13. They haven't put the numbers in for that, but
probably because enough people haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, right.
Well, I can tell you right now, since what my Ultron is at, because it's not at tier 14, but it's pretty. It's 2 of 6 right now for Ultron, because I have his damage and one of his health things.
At gear tier 13, his resistance is 7,285.
Okay, so it'll be pretty straightforward, I suppose. Well, it's actually interesting because his right now, not at all. Well, my resistance is at 4213 right now. So 75 tier 13 with 2 pieces of tier 14 gear in. Interesting. So it'll probably go more than we thought, but either way, it's still, there's probably still with defense up. I think it'll double that. So we'll see. Anyway, moving forward, it's like we got stuff coming out. I think, as this podcast is after it's released, Blackbolt will be out. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to unlocking him this go around.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys gonna unlock him at all or no?
I'll have him at 6 stars.
You said 6-star?
Me
Yeah.
10.
Oh, nice.
6. Okay.
I managed to get enough for Sif to get it to 6 star, which was the only one that was holding me back.
The only thing that stinks is I have everyone at 3 stars except for Hella. So I'm not going to lock it, obviously, but I at least would have liked to get. I probably would have dumped a little bit of cash into Hella just to at least get that 3, just to have an even thing. You know what I mean? Which sucks. I wish I would have known that was happening. I wouldn't have bought anything to unlock, but whatever.
I'm quite curious to see after this event rolls out. I'm very curious to see who they will make farmable so that we can prepare for the next time he comes around.
I don't know. I think, to be honest with this whole thing, I think this is a pretty ugly precedent. I think I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but this is kind of worrisome, right? I mean,
no, it's definitely not a good step for them to take, but
yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just you've seen this in a couple mobile games before. I think everyone likes to really, really do it with the Star Wars game. What was that? Galaxy Heroes?
Jedi Knight Revan. Yeah.
And it's that was the downfall,
the game up,
right? And now it's I don't know. Are we going to be in the same boat? Is our game going to just, we have people on Reddit. Obviously, that's not the best source, but a lot of people are like, I'm done. This sucks. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I would really hate to see, because of bad marketing practices, that the game dies or is unplayable if you're free to play or whatever,
Yeah, well, he's not going to be able to be got round 1. They kind of sort of did something where, with Invisible Woman, that they made all the characters farmable 2 weeks before she was announced. So you could have had laser focus and gotten her out the gate, but I don't know. That's obviously not going to be the case at all with Blackbolt. And so I agree. I don't like the precedent that they're setting that okay, now he's going to be the first pay to win characters. But then again, Magneto was pay to win the first time he came around as well. So people forget that.
He was.
So there's no way to get Sabretooth or Pyro without paying money out the gate. So
or if you had incredible luck, but
yeah, but even still, it's everyone's all up in arms about it, but they've done this in the past too. It's nothing new per se, but since there's more players now than there was a year ago when Magneto came out, it's it feels like more of an outrage, more of an outcry. People want these characters first time around, but also at the same time, as we've said multiple times on this podcast, time is your ally. As long as you're fine with just waiting, you'll be okay.
Yeah,
that's really all it is. So, you don't have to have the greatest.
I used to get butthurt about these things, but I feel on the left side of the screen, I see 2 guys that are in a lower echelon of the game, and you 2 over there are kind of in the upper field of play. And it's kind of funny because I've come to peace with it, right? I'm okay with it. I don't really care because I'm still working on my Fantastic Four team,
Yeah.
And for me, it's I guess I just really don't. And I'm going to step back to what you're talking about with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. So I was very serious into that game throughout the course of 2017 and 2018. And when Jedi Knight Revan came out, I was unable to get him. I was 100% free to play. I was in a top 50 alliance in the game. And when I couldn't get him, it pissed me off so bad because I could not get in the top 100 of my arena shard at all. You just couldn't even think about it. So the second time he came around, it was okay, cool, I got him. Then they released I can't remember the name of Malik or whatever, and Malik was the one that was the nail in the coffin for him. So it's kind of because he was 100% free to play, pay to win. And I think that's the ebb or the give and take of it is where they go from here in terms of setting up a release schedule or maybe introducing some other characters in the game that we can actually get without having to throw money into the game. That'd be awesome too. Because I still feel I can't even farm my Fantastic Four team. And I really like it. And that's a prop. So I think I read a post the other day that there's 17 unfarmable characters in the game.
Yep.
And it's just the list is getting backed up because they're oh, here comes Yo-Yo. And they've got 4 to 5 they got a whole 100%. Other squad of people right behind that.
Yep.
So where they go from here is going to be really indicative of the future of the game. And if they just turn around and they're like, here's mods, boom, right down your throat, without like kind of giving us something. I mean, how many Blitz tickets and arena tickets you guys sitting on?
I'm currently sitting on, I can actually tell you, arena tickets, I'm sitting at 16K tickets.
Yeah.
Blitz, I'm sitting at, I think, 127K right now. No, I'm sorry, 27K. And then that's it right now.
And see, the thing about that is they don't want to release characters because people like us already have all these tickets saved up, so we can just get that character right away. I mean, it's just a matter of time of the store refreshing itself.
Right.
But the longer that they wait to release characters for us to purchase things in those stores, the worse it's going to get. And SenRaven and Charlie, why don't you guys tell me, like, how do you guys feel about that? Because Ashley and I are like still farming lower teams, but you guys are up there. Like, how does it make you feel that like these characters are kind of unfarmable unless you pay money? And there's a big difference between who's paying money and how you guys are playing the game.
It's a pain in the ass, but at the same time, there's so much shit that needs to get done. I want to work on my Fantastic Four, but my Supernatural are also in the tank. So while I can't, my F4 is maxed out, and I can't get any higher on them because I can't get stars. But Supernatural or my Wakandan or this other team or Mr. Sinister, there's always things to do, always other things to work on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a pain in the ass because there's 17 characters that you can't farm. Colossus is not farmable. Mr. Fantastic is in the orbs. Thing is in the orbs. Human Torch is in the orbs. That's not farmable. That's available on some chance of you getting one shard. That's not farmable.
100%. 100%.
I mean, for me, it doesn't matter because I've also like come to grips with like, I'm not going to get everything all the time. For me, like I'm okay with it. Some people who like need to have everything right now, I could see that why they'd be frustrating. But like as long as I have the character unlocked out the gate, like whether it's 2 stars or not, it's fine for me. Like I can at least work on them and have a team to do stuff. But if like I can imagine like a new character coming in, like somebody, I think I saw a post that said like, Thanos is unfarmable right now. We all have Thanos,
of course,
I think. But like if you're making a new account, like you can't get Thanos whatsoever. Like they had a raid for him and same with Deadpool, but Deadpool's in the arena. But like still, it's like
that's a pretty good point. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
But like
I was really
like
lucky
that,
when I came in. I was able to get him. They just stopped doing those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's still like for me it doesn't matter. Like I've switched over to a free to play method where I'm just like I'm not really worried about it too much. Like they're gonna keep pushing these new teams that come out with like these new synergies and whatnot. And like Blackbolt was the last time that I'm like gonna spend money on this game, and I keep saying that, and I said that since Phoenix. But like it just seeing what they're going for, it just makes me like. I can't support this anymore.
I've said it once before, and I reneged once. I am 100% not spending money on this game. There's no point. It's like you just don't know. You know how fast it can change on like what they decide is like important. And I thought like, what was it for? Invisible Woman I was like, all right, I'm gonna spend a little bit of bucks, and that was the first time I spent money in I don't know like 4 months, and then after that I was like, all right, done, because I don't really want to put money into a company that, and sorry Fox Next, but I don't want to put money into a company that's going to start switching over. If it's going to be fully like pay to win, I don't want to support that. They'll have the support, people still pay for it. I don't have to do it,
Yeah, I'd rather wait, honestly, because I'm like we said, time is your friend. If you be patient, you'll get it.
You know what I'm curious about?
Hey, you can open your wallet.
I'm curious about what the community managers for this game actually do.
Why? Besides not respond?
Exactly, dude. I mean, it's pretty astonishing.
I'm surprised they didn't say anything after the Blackbolt. Like, hey, sorry, I know some of you are upset. Like it's crazy.
Well, especially because he was announced to be at the end of January. I'm pretty sure they even said it's going to be like the 20th or the 21st, and all of a sudden he's at the beginning of January. So, plus this whole mess is just kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's not too much like PR stuff in the way of like making people. And granted, maybe they see it as there's no way that they'll make the community happy about stuff. I don't know.
That's actually very true. I mean, it's Reddit. There's no way you're going to appease every single person on there.
But at the same time, you have to
something, dude.
You have to like still be like, sorry, but that's the way it is. I don't know.
For how much money they bring in, dude, it just blows my mind that they don't hire somebody to just sit down and just say like at least canned responses for something. You know what I mean? Like they don't even have somebody out there that's just like patting people on the shoulders and giving them reassurance that there's somebody listening. They just let it all fall into a void, which is such a more scummy kind of feeling, you know? And I just wish that, hey, it's 2020, it's a new year. I feel like this game is a great game, right? But it's stagnant right now, and they need to listen to their player base, because the player base is like screaming at them for things, and it's going to get to the point where people are going to get so fed up with it and they're going to disappear from the game and go play something else. And then
I'm gonna say the other day, once the Blackbolt thing was announced, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to play this anymore. I mean, here I am, a hypocrite. But
hey, dude, SenRaven, no, dude, you used to watch my stream every once, stop by every once in a while. I used to be a rage machine about red stars and things like that.
You rage about things?
No, never happened.
You.
But I just, it's like, it's funny. I don't know what's come over me, but like I'm okay with it now, and it has made the game a lot more enjoyable. But I need something to do. I need something to do other than the scummy blitz that we talk about. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just.
Yeah, this was the problem yesterday when I started streaming, and I'm like, I don't have a raid to start up because we were at the tail end of U7.
Yeah.
So there was nothing to do there. The gamma raid was the alpha raid was ending. I didn't have a blitz, and it was like 30 minutes on the stream. I'm like, I'm out of stuff to do. Okay.
I started doing Dark Dimension 1 again.
Yeah, like that's really all you have to do, right? And it's, I just feel like the game's almost 2 years old. It's just time. They gotta do something new. It's time for something new. War came out a year ago, and
6 months.
Yeah, what are the plans? Like DD3 is not. It's not like they had to do this crazy design to. They're not reinventing the wheel with that one. They're reskinning DD1 and DD2. So like, I don't see what's taking so long to work on stuff. You know
what kind of kills me? I feel like what would save a lot of this stuff is if some of the challenges or like Dark Dimension or something was like kind of scalable to your total collection power. Like I will never see Dark Dimension 4 forever. So it's like, why can't it be like, why can't Dark Dimension, like right now, or 3, sorry, Dark Dimension 4. What am I saying? Right now I'm currently going through Dark Dimension 2 to get Ultron. I'm on like the 4th or 5th node. It's so hard for me still. And it's like, imagine if there was an algorithm that it was scalable. It was like, everything was like just a little bit out of my reach. So it was still hard, but it wasn't impossible. And then I get Dark Dimension 3. It's a little bit more out of my reach depending on my total collection power. I don't know. I feel like that would, because the problem is, how do they cater to both the casual or new players and also the hard ass big body TCP players and whales and stuff, right? How do you do both? Because how can you? It's impossible, because they put something out that's easy. All the whales will get it easily, or they'll complain that it's not good enough or that it's not hard enough or whatever. If they do things that are too hard, then people like me will complain because I can't do it, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, is there like how do they get to that middle point?
Star Wars and Dragon Champions, have I think actually on my first stream I did with you guys, I talked about a few of these things, like the Tower of Ascension from Summoner's War. Galaxy of Heroes has I don't even remember what it's called anymore, but Dragon Champions had a tower, right? And the tower resets every day. There were like 17 or 18 nodes in it that you could do every day, and they scale as you go through it, and so it gives you something to do on a daily basis.
It sounds like scalable Dark Dimension almost, because that's like,
no, that's exactly what it is. It's just, and I even said it before. They need to do something with Dark Dimension to the point where like it resets once a month, or maybe like X amount of time goes by, and so that we actually have something to do. But anyways, beating a dead horse there.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of that stuff. We're kind of like way far into and all over the place at this point, but it's okay. It's the new year. It's 2020. it is what it is. We're still finding our feet with everybody here. That's all good. So what's new coming out that you guys are looking forward to? One thing I actually want to quick touch about is I know that there was a lot of outrage happening about the rumored Cyclops unlock. I'm not going to give it too much. I don't want to like spend a ton of time on it, but like they have. Well, here's the thing: is like they haven't officially denounced that this is incorrect,
and they won't.
And they won't. But like at the same time, it's like they announced that it was or somebody had leaked that there was a rumor that it would require 5 Inhumans, but they were also going to filter the event with Ultron and Minerva, so it was almost making Blackbolt required, and it was also going to be a 6-star unlock. So good game. That has been told, some other people have said that that's not true whatsoever. I just wish they would say like, hey, here's a timetable, here's what you're going to need, and they're also saying that he's going to come out in February, which is like really
not going to happen.
Just probably not, yeah.
No,
I don't think so. But man, what a shit show that was on Reddit if you're following that whatsoever. So I don't like to, I don't want to be a proponent of rumors and continuing to spread it, but I thought it was like interesting to talk about at least for a little bit. So.
Well, and the whole thing is everybody's like, it's going to need 6-star Inhumans to do it. And people are like, well, how are you going to do that without Blackbolt? Well, they already have Crystal and Karnak announced. Those are coming out. And Yo-Yo. But those are not going to be out for a little while. So there's no way in hell this is going to be a February event.
No.
And Blackbolt is out in January. So there's no way in hell it's going to be a February event.
Yeah.
But either way, It's just like I hope that's not a thing where they make that. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past them either way.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, but I'd be really upset because I got to tell you, man, Cyclops is the man, and I actually would be upset if I mean
character-wise
the first round. Yeah, dude, I love Cyclops. Like he's just such a great hero to me. I don't know, like in the Marvel universe. Well,
currently now. I mean. I'm not going to diverge it, but he's currently just the worst in the comics.
That doesn't surprise me either because he's kind of a dick anyway.
Well, the X-Men they went through this whole transformation in the last like year or so, so we're seeing a new X-Men. But yeah, I want Cyclops. I feel like Cyclops is like obviously one of the OG faces of Marvel. It's actually kind of crazy that we don't have him already. That's always been very curious. He wasn't like from the start or something. I don't know because. God, Cyclops is so. I feel like Cyclops and Wolverine
he's
go
iconic.
hand in hand in terms of their face of like X-Men, let alone Marvel in general. Yeah,
like when I think of X-Men, I do not think of Psylocke. I'll tell you that right now.
It's interesting we have Psylocke and not Cyclops.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I don't know if you guys remember or not, but when the X-Men team first came out, everyone was like, "Don't work on Wolverine because Cyclops is going to be his replacement in that team." Mm-hmm. So people like me were like, "Fuck Wolverine, I'm gonna leave him at like G9 or whatever he's at." And then like 3 months go by, and I'm like, "Well, I guess I should just power him up because I mean, like
yeah."
And now they make his kit, Cyclops' kit, work with Wolverine. So GG Storm.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his kit is going to be pivotal around Wolverine. He's going to assist.
That's so funny.
Have fun. I'm glad. Anyway, moving along. So I'm curious about this next topic, SenRaven. So we do a topic called Love It or Hate It, in which we talk about the things we love and what we hate about, but we always talk about what we love and hate all the time. So I'm curious what is one thing that you love about the game and one thing you hate about the game? And as a guest, you get to go.
To be completely cheesy, what I love about the game is the Twitch community around the game. Because it's the only reason I'm streaming is because people are actually showing up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hanging out and just chatting with people, having people come in and request songs and stuff like that. And I'm on six times a week, sometimes 7. Yeah. And I'm averaging. I mean, I've only been doing it for like 7 or 8 months. I'm averaging like 16, 17 viewers.
Yeah, it's great.
But I got a raid from you the other day. I got a raid from Shanksy. I think either yesterday or Friday, and that was like 60 people out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So and mostly it's the community. The game is fine. The game is fine, and I'm loving my Asgardians because my god, they're disgusting. but the community is definitely a little more enjoyable for me.
Totally.
So would you say that your red stars make you like that team the most, or is it the actual team itself?
No, the team is actually a lot of fun, and I like Hela more than I like Thor.
Okay.
The thing that I love about Thor the most is the passive, that extra attack that he gets to do is just fun to watch. Yeah. Hela is more enjoyable. I like her stuff better, but the community around the actual Twitch is great, and
so solid,
and so many regulars that everybody knows each other.
Yeah,
I haven't streamed in a while, and I do miss the most fun and engaging stuff I've ever had was through Marvel Strike Force streaming. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's just it's real life gets in the way. We understand how all that stuff works and whatnot. So anyway, what do you currently hate about the game?
The lack of being able to farm some of the stuff, like we were talking about. Sure. There's 17 or 18 or whatever number of characters that you can't even farm.
Yeah,
that's really probably one of the worst things they got going on right now. I'm okay with Blitz because I can do it. I got the time. I'm okay with War, even though every now and then it's like, okay, we need to take a day off and not do it. The raids are fine. The lack of being able to farm these characters that have been out forever is really detrimental.
True. That's fair.
Cool. I just want to do a quick. I meant to mention it at the beginning of the podcast, but since we're talking about people quitting the game, we have to pour one out for our homie Mystic Mac has officially quit the game.
Just pouring one out right now.
Yeah, he's
the bottle's closed.
A friend of the pod.
Yeah,
he's a friend of the pod. A reason why I'm in the guild the alliance that I'm in, and he came over to the MCU and helped reshape that alliance. And just due to the time commitment and money involved, he's got a baby on the way. He just felt like he just needed to step away from the game to focus on real life and people. And it takes a lot of guts to be able to do that. And I have to salute him for that. And so we say,
especially when you're like kind of pivotal in some way, right? And
exactly. I mean, he was a big focus for, the community and, the alliance cluster and everything like that. So
and he's actually a good dude. I mean,
he's so solid.
He's crappy people out there, but
I'm a big fan.
So pour one out for Mystic Mac. Hopefully we'll have him back on to talk regular gaming in the future because he also likes gaming and everything. Yeah. To a certain extent, I remember he said that he wasn't like a big gamer, but he's still like, this game kind of changed his perspective on things. So, but anyway, pour one out for Mr. Mac and also anybody else who's quit the game. Just remember that like gambling is an addiction.
True.
So
true.
And it's if you have problems, it's always good to just look at yourself and think, you know what?
Addiction hotline.
Maybe I need to rethink things, but and it's not easy to do. So anyway, anybody who can come back and think about their life choices and just come to have a come to Jesus moment, as it's called, and it's more power to it. It's not easy to do that stuff, especially when it's like you have such a community of people around you. But anyway. Continuing on with red stars. I don't want to talk about my red stars, but what'd you guys pull for red stars this week?
Ooh, I got a 5-star shirt.
You got a 5-star shirt?
Actually, hold on. I should say right now that I pull nothing but dog shit on my account. My girlfriend opens up one arm and gets a 5-star shuri. I'm like, you are opening everything from now on. Like I can't even.
I have nothing. I have
nothing worthwhile.
No,
I haven't opened yet.
Are you waiting on for a stream to do it?
I was waiting for a stream. I also didn't realize that Blackbolt is out today. I thought he was out tomorrow. So I was gonna do. I guess I'll do it tomorrow morning instead of Tuesday. I was gonna do it on Tuesday. But I'm gonna unlock him on stream tomorrow, and gonna do a big orb opening.
Yeah.
To the tune of I'm gonna have probably 42, 43 red stars. Looks like for him.
Nice.
And I got 3 Elite 4 saved and 1 Elite 5 saved. So there'll be more because most of those 40 reds are going to be all duplicates, right?
Oh, easily. Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. But I also have 38 gold orbs saved right now.
Dang.
So, and I'm sitting at like 1.3 million. So I'm just going to open everything for him. and just start leveling him, because there's also 47 of the purple biogear orbs that are in the Blitz store. Mm-hmm. So I've been saving all of those for his gear.
I'm a big fan of that new edition.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
It's great.
I'm hoping that I have enough gear saved up that I won't need to open all of those, because I would prefer to open the catalyst orbs instead.
Sure.
But if I need to, they're there.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm. Hopefully, you don't have my night nurse luck.
I hope so too.
Because that was.
Well, the thing is, when they had when Hela's was going on, it was Elsa's event, but it was Hela for the 10% boost, and I got. Oh no, that was a little later. Hela was before Elsa's event. I got no red star pulls on Hela at all, like nothing.
Yeah.
And then when Elsa's event was happening, that's when I pulled the 7 red star Hela drop.
Of course.
So I wouldn't be surprised. It was like, nope, you don't get anything on this one. But for that, I have 57 promotion credits saved up, so I can actually buy him up a little bit if I need to.
Sure.
You're gonna need 65 total in order to get him going.
Yep.
So if from 0 to 4, if that's what you're gonna go. But
there's 3 Elite 4s, so that's 16,500. So I can convert those into points if I need to.
Sure. Yeah.
And while there's an Elite 5, it's 6,500 credits there, so that's 1,500 credits available. So that's 15 promotional credits right there if I need them.
Yeah. So hopefully you get what you want. So
we'll see.
I'm hoping after tonight I'll have I can open a couple more red star orbs. I got him 3 red stars and that's it. I didn't open it on stream. I had 40 saved up. I opened 10 at home and then I got him to 3. I was like, all right, I'm going to stop there and we'll open the rest on stream. And we all know how that went. So that was great. But
may our 2020s not be the night nurse that Charlie
night nurse and Miles. Yes. Yeah. So what do you guys have advice for war, anything like that going on with our next topic for war? Either how you're doing, what you're doing.
Well, I finally have my Fantastic Four at like a playable level, so that's been really fun for me. I know this is like all old news for you guys, but once I unlocked Invisible Woman, her last go around, I just dumped. I was saving up bio gear. I've already got her to tier 11. I just like really went hard into them because I noticed how pivotal. There's too important in war, right? Like
yes.
So for me, if you're not really paying attention to Fantastic Four team, which I doubt that you're listening to this podcast and you don't have that already, please do. They're too important. I'm at 160k and they really kill. They kill so much stuff even at that low of a level. I'm not even at 200k yet. They still do so much damage. It's insane.
Yeah, they are a pivotal team. That's essentially what we use right now to take out any high Asgardian team is Fantastic Four in a one-shot scenario, or even probably, there's some other teams out there that'll be good for it, but I'm not sure exactly. And real quick, a little shout out to our Discord. If you want to know more about war stuff, we have a war counterbot currently going on our Discord.
Oh my God, this thing's been amazing.
So you can, I'll put a link to below if you want to join our Discord and use the war counterbot. You can essentially find counters for whatever you're looking for. So if you're facing, a 350k BKT team, you can be like W.C BKT 350k in the chat, and it'll tell you, oh, hey, this you can do it here on this. This is what the team that you can suggest, and we're constantly updating it and keeping it going. But that's a new bot that we added to our server. It's not an officially. It's not officially out yet. It's still being in beta by the developer, but he hasn't really. I asked him if he wanted us to promote it, and he said not just yet. But it is a pretty awesome warbot. So if you want to take a look, you can join the Overachievers Gaming Podcast Discord, and you'll see it in the War Counters section on the MSF Insider topic page, whatever we have there. So
Hey, remember a couple months ago when I was talking about how I invested a bunch of money in the AIM team and I wasn't sure whether or not that was gonna be a good thing? Man, let me tell you what, dude. My AIM team is beast mode on defense, dude.
I think AIM team gets overlooked a lot, right?
I love my
defense.
AIM team.
I know.
Offense,
right?
Yeah,
I have him on offense.
Yeah, take him off defense and run him with Ultron.
Aimtron. Yep.
Aimtron team is
So here's
crazy.
the thing. Like, I don't know if it's just the elo or I say elo. I don't know if it's like the war bracket that I'm at or what. But dude, I get like 5 to 6 defenses per war with my aim team, and I know that definitely has to do with the fact that people just aren't used to it, or the fact that I have a 6 red aim researcher, and they just like don't. Right. I don't know. It's just my aim team is actually pretty dirty. Like they're up to 275k, and like I was using them on offense for a little while, and I was getting like decent results, but I just find that people suck at fighting it. So like I kind of, I'm sure if I was up at your guys' level of play,
no. If it's getting you those kind of wins, keep them where they are.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is,
if it's pulling 5-6 wins, keep them.
Yeah, sure.
As soon as they go down to 1 or 2, then it's time to rethink.
Well, then there's an easy counter for it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in my opinion, if you can put Disrupt on the team, they're pretty garbage. After Scientist Supreme, the AI uses or flip, then you can easily trash that team. So, you know, there's that. They're not that hard to counter. I just like I'm in Silver 4 or Silver 3, Silver 4, and I'm telling you, there's some alliances we face. I'm just like, I see the teams people are throwing at. I'm like, homie, what were you thinking, man? Like, they don't take what the hell was that? Like, you need to be in the OG podcast channel and use the war tool and use your freaking brain, homie, because that was not smart. Like, I'll see them throw like a.
That was the best like low key plug I've ever heard in my entire life. Oh my god,
that wasn't even intentional either.
That was the best. Oh, hilarious! Thank you.
Yeah. No problem, man. No problem. I got some good GameFly ones in the bag too. But
well, hey, well, you know what? I was saving it. You know, we're almost. I am going to derail us for this. We're almost at the end. I guess I could say it. We are officially GameFly affiliates, by the way.
Oh, congratulations!
There's
2020 is off to a good start.
The links will be posted in the OG podcast Discord. Another reason for you to come through. You get a 30-day free trial on us, and then it's $15 a month after that. So obviously it helps out you, it helps out us. GameFly, what's good? Coming.
Knowing that, we should put that at the beginning of the podcast going forward. So
yes, well, we can make a little jingle or something. I'm sure. Let's have Chef sing.
Well, yeah.
Get JT to do it. Make him sing a little GameFly jingle.
OG GameFly. Oh my god, I'm totally gonna ask him to do that.
But yeah, a funny little video will be made soon involving us in the last year of us saying GameFly so goddamn much, and it will be an official announcement via Instagram stuff. But yes, we are officially GameFly affiliates.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of another affiliate, I really should just put these.
Are you saying this yet? Are you saying?
I'm going to say this. Yes,
okay.
I'm 100% saying this right now. There is a new gaming community coming out called Crouch Jump. If you haven't heard of this, this is something that's in development currently. A friend of ours is on the development team for it. He introduced me to it. It's going to be kind of like Discord meets Twitch meets social integration. So it'll be kind of cool. It's still in beta right now. They haven't officially sent out anything, but it'll be crouchjump.com, which will be affiliates for once that goes live. We're still getting some feedback. They're making it more for like streaming and streaming communities.
Yeah.
But they're really interested in us to combine the gaming aspect with podcasting.
Yeah.
So we're giving them a lot of feedback based on like podcasts, what we're looking for from their platform and whatnot. But crouchjump.com is what you should check out if you're interested in that. We don't have any referral codes or anything like that yet, but once they get that running, we will have something you can check out. So
it's a really cool concept considering, you know, I think the biggest thing for streamers is the community they build. You always see this, like always shout outs for their community and stuff like that. We've done it like 4 times already with just our community stuff like that when we stream. And I think this is a really cool concept because it allows almost a forum outside of like, I guess Discord would be the usual thing you have, right? Mm-hmm. But this is way more of a social aspect to it. This is more of a actually know the people in your community, rather it just being like, you know, a username and some numbers or something, you know.
It sounds pretty cool. I'm excited for them to get, you know, up and running with all of that and then seeing what they do with it. So they're still probably, I don't know, 6 months away from actually launching or something like that, but we're going to start building the hype for it sooner rather than later, especially once we get in there. So I'm excited for all that. So lots of good stuff going forward with 2020.
Cool stuff.
Sen, what do you have for us for team advice for either the 3 of us or even just the community in general?
Mostly just everybody knows the teams to work on. So if you're not working on one of them, work on the other. You know, F4 aim is solid. You know, the Yabiki T will clear the stuff. there's a certain level you want to get your defenders to and then move on to something else. Everybody knows what the teams are. If you're not working on one, make sure you're working on another. And if you're gearing, you can be gearing one at the same time as you leveling a different one.
Sure. I think that's fair.
Where do you rank the X-Men in all of these teams that are out right now? Like, where do you put them? Because
depends on the mode.
You mean like they're still very strong in the war, or
they would be my number one pick for war because they can counter everything. Number one for blitz because they can auto win basically every fight. I think I've only gotten like one loss with them ever on stream when I was doing blitz. In arena, I wouldn't use the whole team.
No.
And in raid, they're because Phoenix is a one node kill.
Yeah.
But if you really got to kill that node,
right?
Yeah. Well, there's like the couple of X-Men Brotherhood nodes in what was the last one? Is the last one Gamma that was out? Yeah, the beta one. I actually really like that one. But okay, I got another question for you. Give us your top 3 favorite Blitz teams.
Right now, top 3 as in they'll win all the time, or top 3 that I want to use?
Dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3 that will win for me right now are X-Men, Asgardians, and my BKT will win 99.5% of the time because they're about 370k.
Jesus.
Well, it's a 7 red star rocket.
7 red star rocket. Which you got 5 reds on that Star Lord?
I think so. Either 4 or 5. Either 4 or 5. I honestly don't remember.
I don't even want to look at your account.
And the top 3 that I like playing are.
I bet Casino hates your ass.
He still can't pull a 7.
No, he can't, man. You know what? Honestly, his account is straight up cursed. Like, I don't care, man. Like, he can throw all the money he wants, but it's gonna take a pretty penny to get one at this point.
The three teams that are my favorite to use are the Asgardians, Power Armor, and what's the third? I mean, I really like using X-Men, but they're just an auto win. But I'll put them in the top 3 for that.
Okay, so let me ask you last question from me. In the war, right? Would you say that X-Men or Power Armor are better for clapping just big teams?
Just for any team you want to take out, X-Men are much better to get the win with.
Okay.
Because my Power Armor will take stuff out, but will run into issues against some teams. X-Men will just roll over them.
Power Armor runs into issues against Ultron, in my experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just target Rescue. And if Rescue dies before she ults here, it's game over.
Yep.
In my opinion.
I love the Power Armor team, though. That's probably my favorite war team. Just because
I need to work on them because they're sitting at like level 6 and level 70. Mm-hmm. So they need more power. And I've noticed in Blitz they're starting to lose a few fights here and there that they should be winning. So they need to get powered up a little more. But so does Brotherhood. So does AIM. Right. So does Shield.
Man, Brotherhood fell off with Coulson coming out, I feel.
And here's one for people that if you want to mix and match a few teams, this is actually from Tony. He set this up for my Blitz team. Tony Scangilli, who's one of the streamers usually on in the evenings. Loki with Captain Marvel and Coulson, and then 2 of whoever the hell you want to run with it. So you get the defense down from Loki because he goes first. Then you do the binary from Captain Marvel, and she'll just delete somebody. And then Coulson will do his ultimate right afterwards, and you're likely to delete somebody again.
Okay.
On offense, you mean? If you want,
for like a blitz fight.
Oh, for a blitz fight. Oh, yeah.
You can do it in war. I mean, it's perfectly good for war as well.
Yeah, I have something similar with my Blitz team with Captain Marvel and Coulson. Mine is Captain America, Black Widow, Medic, Coulson, and Captain Marvel, which essentially does the same thing without the defense down though. But it's definitely fun. So
yeah.
Going with the favorite teams in Blitz, what is your favorite character right now in the game, Sen?
Oh, Hela, absolutely. I'm loving her kit.
You don't
wonder why.
My 2-star Hela has.
He's given ample reason why he likes it. Besides the fact,
so her basic,
it's true.
Her basic will do a follow-up attack. A lot of times, killing somebody who's super low.
Sure.
Her ultimate is just fun, and it looks great for the kill animation because she actually does the movie clip where she suddenly gets all the shards out of the ground. And Greg is a nightmare.
Dude, Greg. I still love that we're calling it Greg. I'll never
especially because he does rewind on anybody that he attacks, and is just okay.
Yeah.
What's not to like? Plus the special has a disrupt.
Yeah, 2-turn if you upgrade it all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that'll conclude our episode of this podcast. Sen, thank you very much for coming out and talking with us this week.
Absolutely, it was fun.
MSF Insider Edition of the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I want to give a big welcome to Chefcrondo for joining us full time going forward. So if you want, you can find SenRaven streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/SenRaven. That's SEN Raven, RAVEN. Any other socials you want to throw out there, Sen?
No, that's really the only one. I'm on Monday through Friday, 8:30 Pacific, for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Saturdays are usually like 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m., just so I can sleep a little. And Sundays are a toss-up. If I'm home, I'll do it. If not, depends on what's going on.
Tune in for that hot fire red star pull he's gonna have coming soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, let me know when you're gonna do that. I want to be there for this.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning, so probably like 9 a.m. Pacific. I'll probably start doing the pulls for him.
Oh, stay tuned.
Tinfoil hat thoroughly on. We're gonna go through some really, tinfoil hat shit.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is OverachieversP. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you can get this episode and every other episode where we talk about video games, sometimes cooking, sometimes shoe leather, maybe a little bit, I don't know where I was going with the shoe leather. Anyway, that's where you can get this episode and every other episode in which we talk about video games, Marvel Strike Force, and a bunch of other fun, interesting topics, and why Dom is a cat dad. So thank you all again for coming out and joining us, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of the MSF Insider segment.
Go to the Discord.
Yeah, go to the Discord.
Go to the Discord.
Just Dismal content will be on there.
So that's gonna be a good one.
It'll be good. All right, thanks guys. Cheers.
Peace.